Hello, everyone. My name is John Dudek. I'm Vice President of Sales at LKCS. I wanted to welcome you all here today, and I'm hoping 2021 will be a much better year than 2020 was. But at least we can say hindsight is finally 2020, so I guess that's good. Let me start with who exactly LKCS is, for those of you out there that don't know much about us. We were started over 50 years ago, and we started as a commercial printer. But a lot has changed over those years, and we like to call this our wheel of services. And in the past, we used to hire printers and bindery workers, and now we hire programmers because we're looking for the data, we're into the data. So these are all the different things that we do, and some of the big things we do are web development, all our marketing, we tailor it to be one-to-one marketing solutions. We print and mail statements for all kinds of credit unions and banks all over. And we do all the demographic information, we do the development. And all these things kind of work hand in hand in helping market for our clients. I guess you could say it's all about the big data now and drilling down and leveraging that data. And our niche is definitely financial institutions. I would say about 75 to 80% of our business is with financial institutions. And if you were to define who LKCS is, it would be LKCS utilizes data to maximize our clients' marketing results. So what exactly is credit prospecting? It's a proactive marketing that targets your account holders and or prospects. So you can either use it to monitor your account holders, or you can go out after prospects. And what it does is we try to target credit-worthy financial opportunities and also target new loan opportunities to the best possible way to make your loan campaigns good. All of this is based on credit bureau data, which is really key. If you're going to market your services, make sure they're going to only qualified prospects. The credit bureaus, I touched on that. We purchase data from credit bureaus, and we utilize all three of them, and they update their information daily, which is very important. LKCS has relationships that enables us to provide data from all three of the bureaus. Not all of the bureaus get the information at the same time. It depends on the companies and which ones of them they use, so it can lag for a couple weeks or up to a month. So by using all three of them, we're getting accurate data in a timely fashion. And by also utilizing all three of them, you get about a 70% increase in the leads when pulling the data. And there's no additional charge to you. The other thing you can do is you can decide which of the bureaus you want to pull the information from first, especially if you're already using one of the bureaus. You would probably want to put them in the first position when doing this. So what I mentioned earlier about using all three of them and what's the advantages of doing that. Again, you can select which one you want first, but using one bureau, you get an X amount of information. By utilizing two, it gives you up to a 42% increase in the amount of leads. And using all three, you can get up to a 70% increase in the qualified leads that you're using. LKCS sources the credit and non-credit data using a unique compilation of data. There's 180 million consumers that are monitored through the three bureaus, and daily they're getting about 700,000 bits of information on credit. So all this is going into the pool. We're gathering other demographic information. We're getting property information, and those come from the counties, and getting tax information, and even how much how much people owe on their houses, getting information from the auto dealers, and repair people information when they're looking for new vehicles, loans, things like that. And then we also use the hedonic index, which is used for home values, and the price index in determining values of homes. So all this information is put into this bucket and it's utilized. So the way we use it is you get to specify the guidelines that you want. First of all, when we get this data, it is a soft pull on people's credit. So you don't have to worry about it hitting your credit and affecting it. It's a soft pull, and that's pretty important to note because people definitely are concerned about that. And we can market to the prospects, or we can market to your account holders, or either one, either or both. And what you get to do is basically determine the criteria for which you're using to do these promotions, like FICO scores, loan to value, credit history. You can say, I only want to hit certain counties or certain zip codes. So you determine everything that you want to do when doing these promotions. And the beauty of all of this is that the parameters are set by you and the products that you're going to market. So you aren't just sending it out to anybody for any reason. When you're doing this, though, one of the things you have to do is have a firm offer of credit. The credit bureaus want to see the marketing materials and make sure that certain information is on these when you do promote them. For instance, you got to have words on there like pre-selected, pre-screened, pre-approved, terms that are needed, and there's also minimum dollar amounts for which the recipient has to be qualified for. So there's a minimum, but there's not a maximum amount. So the maximum can be based on their credit history and the equity. And all of these things have to be met, and the reason is because of the Fair Credit Marketing Act. The bureaus have to follow that and do that. To get the review of the verbiage, and they want to look at it to make sure all the information is legal and can work. So jumping into the credit prospecting, what are some of the campaigns that are available? As you can see here, we can go after auto loans, mortgages, HELOCs, refinancing, and credit cards. And these are all can be pre-screened, and you're going to go after either your existing account holders and or prospects that you're looking for. And if you'd like, you can market only to your existing members who meet the criteria that you set. Otherwise, like I said, you can market to both. But when you're marketing to your own members and to prospects, once we get that list, what you can do is we take that list and we match it up against your current customer list, and we parse out the ones that you already work with. So you can kind of market them differently if you would like, because they would understand, who you are, what financial institution you are and what you do. So you can actually market to them differently. And the other good thing about this is if your loan officers aren't wasting time reviewing and rejecting non-qualified applicants, because you're only reaching out to the prospects that meet the criteria that you set. You're not angering your current clients because you're saying their credit isn't good enough for this program, because it's something that they're not getting. They're not going to receive this offer. Okay, and we had a question, and the question was, will this be recorded? Yes, it's being recorded, and after we're done, there's questions that if you need to ask, you can type them in, and we can answer them. And besides that, we will then send you a copy of this video when it's done, the webinar. Thank you. So some of the prospecting campaigns, So now basically you're ready to go. Okay, I want to promote. I want to utilize this. You know, what can I do? How can I do it? So you extend a pre-approved offer of credit to account holders and non-account holders, and it's all based on the criteria that you set up. They will be qualified, and the loan offer is based entirely on the pre-screening requirements. And they can be sent out as direct mail pieces, emails. We have a lot of our clients who we currently print and mail statements for. They will utilize it with their statements and do a campaign that way. So what are some of these campaigns that we can do to leverage and create and generate loans? We've got a few examples here that I would like to show you. You may only want to reach out, let's say, to 5,000 potential qualified prospects because of budget constraints you have. So with this criteria that's set up, you can decide, okay, I want to increase the FICO scores to get down the number that we might want to market to. Or you might say, okay, instead of hitting 4 counties, I only want to hit these 3 counties now. So there's different ways you can do once you get the information and once you decide what you want to do on how you're going to promote to these people and how many of them you're going to promote to. So here's some examples of campaigns that we kind of put together. And when doing this, you know, you want to brainstorm and be creative and, you know, figure out ways to utilize the data best you can to market the services that you want to offer. So one of the examples here is, let's say, lease expirations for autos. You may be in an area where there's a lot of auto leases. So you go, okay, I want to market to them. I want their FICO score to be 640 or higher. I want to exclude any lates or repos, and I only want to market to them if they've got 1 to 3 months left on their current lease. Again, you can change that criteria. You might want to say it's 2 to 4 months or 2 to 5 months, however you want to do it. Another example would be a loan payoff of an auto. So you kind of want to go out and recapture auto loans, you know, kind of like we talked about a little earlier. Again, you set the FICO parameter. You can exclude auto lates or repos. You might want to say, okay, they could have 1 late, and that's the maximum. And you can say the loans we want to go after, they have to have at least a balance of $4,000 or $5,000, whatever you determine, left on their loan. And the other thing you can do is say, okay, and I also want to save them X amount of money monthly on the loan, whether it's $25, $40, $50, whatever you want to do. We can kind of reverse engineer from the loan they have and their payments and figure out, you know, ways where it's going to save them that much money. And if it doesn't save them that much money, then they wouldn't be one of the prospects that you would have on the list. A couple other campaigns you could do, credit card balance transfer. Again, set your FICO parameter. Say it has a revolving balance of above $10,000, say $5,000, whatever you'd like, using 30 to 70% of the limit and no more than 1 late payment. Another one would be in the mortgage area. Again, you set your FICO score. Here it says 680, and you want a mortgage balance left on their loan of at least 100,000, or again, it might be 50,000. You know, however you want to do it. No FHA or reverses, and you might want to state how much time is left on the loan. So you may not want to contact them unless they have a minimum of 1 year left or 2 years left on the loan. And again, all these criteria, all these parameters are set completely by you, which really, you know, makes it work. So here's a couple ways you can utilize that data. Direct mail is one of them, and we recommend direct mail. Each piece is completely personalized. The data is variable, so every piece you send out will have different information on it depending on what they qualify when it comes to the criteria that you set. So you're really offering one-to-one personalized marketing solutions, and you're maximizing the data and the results by doing this. A couple other campaigns. With some of our statement clients, like I said, they'll actually use the first page of their monthly statement and they use it to recapture auto loans. They know that there's other financial institutions out there that have auto loans with some of their clients and they would like to try and get them back. So every 3 or 4 months, they'll have an opening page, of a letter, and it's making an offer to these qualified customers of theirs. And it's something you may want to think about and ask your current statement provider if that's something that they could do for you. The nice thing about that too is there's no postage on that. They know who you are, and you're going, and you know that they've got these loans, and you're going out there and you're going after them. Some other ways you can do it is email marketing. If you've got an email list, especially of your current account holders that qualify, you could do that. And again, everything is variable. Each piece is different depending on who the prospect is and the way you're going to market to them. So we've talked about the credit prospecting, which is very, very important. And there's another piece to this puzzle called Campaign Suite, which is something that we always recommend for our clients. With any marketing campaign you're going to do, results are paramount. So when we do a credit-based campaign, we want our clients to have the best possible results that they can. So Campaign Suite is the way to do this. In the old days, you would just send out a direct mail piece. You would hope that prospects would get it, be interested in it, and contact you, or walk into your institution and sign up for it. But you really can't do that anymore. You need to find a way to make it more effective and make more sense. And basically with Campaign Suite, there's a 5-step process that we use to do this. It's direct mail, mail tracking, online follow-up ads, utilizing social media like Google and Facebook, and call tracking. And we'll go over this a little bit more with you. So, and the one thing with saying where in the old days where you used to just send out a direct mail piece to market it, it's something that direct mail definitely works. Statistics will tell you that, but most prospects really need to see something 5 to 10 times before they'll actually decide to do something, to go with the offer and do something. So before we get into the steps of Campaign Suite, I just wanted to give you a few statistics here. Direct mail marketing is a proven method of marketing. If it's done correctly, results are effective, and especially now when more people are working from home and staying at home because of what's going on with COVID and things. So people aren't getting out as much. They're looking and they're reviewing things, and it increases the chances of them looking at the mail and doing this. But they say 92% of people are influenced by direct mail in making purchasing decisions. Another stat is 40% of consumers made a purchase in the last 3 months because of direct mail. And 39% of the people say that they would try a business for the first time because of direct mail. And of course, that it has to be a good offer for that. If it's not a good offer, they're not to, but if you've got an offer, they'll look at it. So then what we want to do is take the direct mail piece, and we want to utilize and get it online. And another statistic is 90% of people are interested in anything. They're going to go to the company's website first and kind of look at it and review it. But 96% of those people, once they've looked at the website, visited it, they're not going to take any action. They're not going to do anything at that time. So that's why we want to incorporate Campaign Suite along with this. In fact, if you just sent out an offer and did nothing else for follow-up, you're actually kind of helping out your competition. And the reason is because while they're online looking at the offer from you that they're interested in, they're going to say, okay, I wonder if it's a good offer. I wonder what their competition has and what it does. So I'm going to check with them also. So the good thing about that is 96% of them don't make a decision right then. They wait. So again, how does this fit together, the credit prospecting and the campaign suite? First of all, the mailing is sent to the prospect list, which you'd set up with the criteria that you have for your qualified prospects. Then what we do is the mailing is tracked with cutting edge technology that we have, an intelligent barcode. I'm sure you're familiar with the QR codes, the little codes that now a lot of times you can take your phone, take a picture of it, and it opens up a page for you. So that's a QR code, a quick response code. And these are the same that are used when we create these pieces and put them on there. So basically, we take a little part of that QR code and we put coding in it. And one of the parts of it is actually to track your mail. Also part of that, the campaign suite, is you receive dashboards. You have your own dashboard to check on your mailings, to see, if they're going out. And so this is basically the dashboard for tracking your mail. So on this one, there were basically 4,800 pieces that were sent out, and 99.6% of them went out on time. So you can't really see here, but there's a green line underneath it, and then when it actually went out is above it, and they're kind of right on top of each other because 99.6% went. So, but basically it's saying, okay, we sent the mailing out. This many pieces went out the first day, this many went out the second day. So now you know that your pieces are out, and then that the prospects that you've sent it to will be receiving it, and they'll be acting on it. So the next step is always continually trying to improve the method and the way we market it and close these sales. So what we also offer is a unique 800 phone number that we can set up for the mailing. We'll set this number up for you so you don't have to worry about doing it. We also can record and monitor these to make sure people are responding properly, for the leads and, pushing the sales process along. Now, only you can hear and review these calls. And during the working hours, if you want, we can have it set up where a designated, employee gets those incoming phone requests, or you can just have it where the phone rings, you gather the information, and you follow up with them later. You kind of determine what you want to do there. Though, if you can, when you're open, it would make sense to talk to these people and see what you can do about, closing the offer that you have for them. So here's the dashboard, another one of the dashboards that goes with Campaign Suite for tracking the phone calls. So it's saying that, they received 28 calls on this promotion, tells you the dates and how many calls that they received. And then even down below, we have, basically it tells you the date, who called in and how long the call was for. And if you want, you can export these calls, print them out, so you've got a copy of, who and when called for this. Okay, so you're still wondering, okay, maybe how does this still all fit together? How do we, make Campaign Suite work and make it, go from being offline and connecting it with the online world? So what we do here is when we design the pieces for you to send out, we make sure that the piece, we're trying to direct these prospects to go to your website. So we'll want them to go to, either a landing page or somewhere on the website, and have them look at the offer, review it, and, hopefully sign up for it then and there. So once they say, okay, I got it, I'm interested, they look it up, they go onto the site, and then the recipient gets tracking cookies. And basically, it's nothing more than just a little bit of code that's put on there, and that helps track them when they're off your site, and whether they go to Google and they look up something, or they go to Facebook. So you're using this, and it basically helps follow them and let them see your promotions and what you're doing. So Google and Facebook, they rent millions of these little ads. So for the promotion, we also designed, little ads that would fit in for these, for Google and Facebook. And I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. You've went out and you've purchased something, or you've looked for something online, and whether you're on your phone, a notepad, an iPad, or your desktop, ads will pop up from these items that you've researched. So why not have these ads be for, an offer that your financial institution has made, and is promoting? I mean, it just makes sense to do that, because that's the best way to keep this in front of them. And like I mentioned, it usually takes 5 to 10 times for somebody to see an offer, review it, go over it, and then decide to make a decision and go with that offer. I have a few more statistics here for you. Now, website visitors who are retargeted with these display ads, 70% of them are more likely to convert to your website, or on your website. And 26% of the customers will return to the site through retargeting. So that's pretty powerful, pretty important things. And then we have a couple other client dashboards here. And this one is for those ads. So this went out to about 17,000 prospects. And over a period of time, 275,000 of these little ads were sent out to them, whether on their phones, their iPads, or their desktops. So it tracks, how many times it's been out there. So we're constantly hitting them with the offer that you're making. And what we do is we display these ads for 60 days. And as time goes on, only the prospects who have showed interest, have checked, a few times, will continue to receive these ads through all 60 of the days. But they're constantly, being reminded of these ads, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And then also there's a dashboard for Facebook with their ads. So this was saying that 5,600 people were identified with this. The ad was displayed 29,000 times, and it was clicked on 261 times. So again, you can see how the campaign's going, how much activity is out there. And then with Facebook, we also, anytime they can, we'll try and gather demographic information that you can use for later campaigns, or, just to have and know about. So credit prospecting and campaign suites, what are the benefits? So basically, the benefits to you are that it's a two-pronged campaign. You're taking full advantage of online media, along with that marketing piece, and it's utilizing credit prospecting and the campaign suite to the fullest. You're going to get a higher return on your investment because of this. And basically, no leads are left behind. We're constantly marketing and promoting to these prospects and getting them, to act on it. And we like to say it's a flawless sales system. Because of the tracking, you can watch it and monitor it. And you've got the phone calls that you can listen and get back to those people. So it really makes it a good closed system that's very effective in promoting the campaigns that you decide to promote. So you're probably wondering what costs are. And, costs basically depend on, certain factors, the number of records purchased, the demographic selections that are made. It depends, if you make a whole lot of those, it can affect it, and their setup costs. But basically, for qualified leads using credit prospecting, you're looking at about 25 cents per each qualified lead that you have. And the other thing that we'll do is we will offer you a free list count and estimate. So, you decide you want to do an auto recapture, and you want to pick out certain counties or certain zip codes that you want to do it to. We can actually kind of put this in the system, run it, and give you a number of those that would qualify for it. I mean, you don't get who they are or where they're from until you actually purchased it, but at least you'd have a good idea. So really, we kind of make it safe for you. So if you wanted to run a campaign for a certain area with certain criteria, and you weren't really sure about, how many prospects out there meet that criteria, we'll run the count for you, and maybe it isn't worth even doing a campaign like that for. So you kind of would know before even doing it and wasting the money. So we're definitely looking out for you there. And with Campaign Suite, it's really just pennies to add this on to the project. It doesn't cost very much, but it's pennies per piece to do that. And the nice thing for it is it works 2 months straight with all those ads, and it's out there reminding your prospects of the offer you have out there for them to do this. So I've come to the end of the presentation. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. And I will stay online for a few minutes if there's any questions that anybody may have. Definitely do that. And again, we will send out a copy of the presentation later on today or tomorrow for everyone so they can have it. You can contact me. You can email me or call me if you have any questions on this, or if you have a rep from LKCS that you're currently working with, reach out and contact them about this, because it's going to help, make you more successful for 2021. So thank you very much, and make it a great day.